WMMS.
216-578-1007 to join us live, or 800-348-1007. White Sox going for the sweep, baby. 7-2, the final last night. They're playing right now, end of the first inning. The score at Guaranteed Rate Field, 0-0. They got a barn burner at the end of the first. Can you imagine if the White Sox, my home team, but the lowly White Sox, sweep the Cleveland Guardians? Oh, be a dream come true.
I love it.
White Sox will be here in town the 24th, 22nd through the 24th. I will have tickets for you for that third game, Wednesday the 24th, around 3:50 today. But right now, Guardians, White Sox, end of the series, end of the first. Right now, nothing. How was the Funny Bus last night?
The Funny Bus was so much fun.
Good time, isn't it?
It's a very good time.
Yeah.
I had a blast. Is this guy
I was going to
camping
say,
out?
let's see what this guy's doing.
Yeah.
Okay, he was hiking up his pants. He's putting down some bags. All right.
So, yeah, it was a great time. Sold out, like we had said. And
Is it the Randy show again?
A little bit. We had a little bit of a Randy. I told him when we got on, I'm like, hey, bring it down from what you did last week. And then even then, people were like, Randy, shut up.
Well, of course. He doesn't bring it down. He doesn't listen.
He doesn't listen.
No.
And then he apologized the whole time. Like, oh, sorry, I thought I was helping. I'm like, no, you're never helping.
You're
Just
not
shut up.
helping. Right.
Just shut up.
Yes, we know what we're doing.
And it's, I appreciate you coming out and supporting. We love that, but you got to you make it. You're ruining other people's experiences, and that's what we're trying to help
Trying
you
to
understand.
maximize people's experience.
People want to have a good time, and they don't want to. They're there to see me and Kristen, who was very funny, and enjoy the bus, and not be constantly screamed at by Randy. So, and then it becomes that whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So the first half he was good, but I mean, it was still a very fun time.
It's a great time.
It's a great time. I think you're doing it this coming week again.
Yep. It's going to be sunny and 75, baby.
Nice. Yeah, it was a little chilly, but even with the chilliness, it was still not bad because the bus is heated, and Dean's great, the guy that runs it, and like I said, Kristen Hoffman is a comedian that we were traveling with last night and had a good time. My girlfriend came along, and there was a lot of laughs, a lot of dancing, and just goofing around, all around tomfoolery.
Go to funnybus.net. We are hosting the Funny Bus every Wednesday this month, hopefully in the next month. But go to funnybus.net to get tickets because it sells out pretty quickly.
Yep.
And, last week Randy goes, I got you something. And I go, oh. And he got me sunglasses that matched his. I'm like, what are we, dating? And
I love that. Did you wear them?
No, I didn't wear. I put them on, but I go, tell you what, I'm going to give these back to you. I have 2 pair of sunglasses of my own, and that's more than I already need. Thank you so much. Not really my style, but thank you. And so I gave them back, and I figured that he could re-gift them to someone else.
Someone on the bus last night said that cheerleading's not a sport.
Zach already don't.
Well, we've had this conversation before, and you're not alone if you think that, but you're also not alone if you think that it is a sport. Mary was a cheerleader at the University of Toledo, correct?
Well, people know that
Go
Mary's...
Mud Hens.
People know that, not the Mud Hens, the Rockets, right?
Go Rockets.
The Mud Hens are the baseball team.
Yeah. People know that Mary's worked up today, so they know her buttons to push, and that's one of them.
Yeah. He said cheerleading isn't a sport. Bippy Bop is actually Asian Chipotle. Walker Hayes blows Andrew wrong. Is what a message I got on Instagram already. It's fine.
Already
It's
on
fine.
Instagram.
Everything's fine.
Alan, I've been picked on twice for buying Bud Light, both times in Medina County. And Frank Capra would be 126 today. 126. All right, well, there you go. Well, you might have been picked on for Bud Light for reasons that had nothing to do with politics. Unless you were getting those new Camel Cans.
That's how they straighten it back up.
I got Camel Cans today.
Yeah.
Hey,
all right,
is
man.
that your best camo shirt?
This is the shirt I wore into the sacks. Yeah, the sacks.
Well, no
that
wonder
they
you're
have.
mad. Nobody can see you.
I know. I just
And you
want
want
to be
attention.
recognized. That's it.
Blending into the background. Did you see that guy out in the suite when you were out there in the break?
No, I didn't go out in the break.
Now you're hiding from him.
No,
That's
I
not
just-
a good look because you're wearing camo.
Oh my God!
I understand.
I'll go find him and I'll tell him how wrong he is.
Yep.
I've cooled down. I've cooled down. My stomach has processed some food. I'm feeling better. I had a Red Bull.
By the way, for everybody who's saying that being hungry, being irrational, and not fitting in her new jeans means Mary's pregnant, that couldn't be further from the truth. I can't imagine that. A, she's always super hungry, and a lot of times she's irrational. That's why none of us can gauge our woman's moods unless you're really dialed in. I've always been really lucky with girlfriends and wives, with the whole PMS thing. Always been very, very lucky. I've only had a couple of freakazoids along the way.
Well,
but that's baked into the cake. Just give them a wide berth, and you'll be fine. Pardon the pun.
not even a PMS thing. Like when I first got with Brian, I told him, like, he was like, you kind of over communicate. And I was like, there is no guesswork with me. You will know what I am feeling 100%
What is
of the time.
over communicating?
Well, because I'm like, I came from
being annoying, I believe is
probably
another way of putting it.
I came from a relationship where I didn't say what I felt ever to try to keep the peace, and then I would blow up like once every 6 months.
Yep.
So when Brian and I first got together, I was saying like every little thing that I was feeling at every moment would blurt out of my mouth.
You were compensating for the last.
Yes. But now we've found a very good balance of, hey, here's what's going on with me. Here's the kind of day I'm having, just so you know, whatever. But it doesn't have to do with PMS.
Good for you.
You can just be a crazy person some days, you know?
Or you're just having a bad day.
Yeah.
That happens too. Hey, is David Spade in Fast X? The Fast and Furious?
I don't think so.
Huh.
Why?
I thought Spade had I don't know. I thought Spade had a cameo in the new Fast and the Furious.
I don't think
You know,
he did.
those movies have been around for so long, and they make so much money that over the years, there's been a snowball effect where they went from like Vin Diesel and Paul Walker to now like Helen Mirren's in them and Charlize Theron's in them, and like all these A-listers have found their way into these Fast and the Furious movies. I've only seen the first couple, so I haven't seen. Or whatever the first one that Charlize was in, I saw that
I
because
think that was
I'll watch her do
6,
anything.
Maybe. I think that was 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9. It's hard to tell. There's so many. I think it was 6. I think she was in 6 because I think The Rock came in 5, and then it was 6.
And then they had that Calvin and Hobbes spinoff.
Right.
Is the implication that everyone in it is either Fast or Furious, or they're Fast and Furious?
I mean, they're all Fast and Furious because they're all like really good drivers and fighters and everything.
I would think that would make them
it's-
happy, not furious.
Well, they fight furiously.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Jason Momoa is getting really good reviews for this movie.
He was fantastic.
And I find Jason Momoa to be very overrated.
Yeah, well, he was fun in this one.
Okay.
He was kind of silly, kind of scary.
Yeah.
It was good. It was a good role for him.
All right, sir. Hey, let me check in with Mike, who is over on the west coast of Ohio.
Hey, Alan, hate the show.
Hey, what's going on?
Well, I was just calling in to ask Mary what she thinks of those African drinks she got at that African spot that are sitting behind her.
What? Oh, the coffee cups? Those aren't mine, first of all. Second of all, you don't know that those beans came from Africa.
Oh, the Dunkin'
Well,
cups.
no, yeah, Dunkin', it's an African restaurant, right?
Yeah,
because,
sure, it's
you know,
an
coffee
African
originated in Africa,
Yeah.
in Ethiopia, thousands and thousands of years ago. It must be an African restaurant.
Okay, I don't know why you're being this way, but if it said Dunkin' Donuts African coffee in the title, like Balance Pan Asian Grill does, then yes, you could say that that's African.
That's not really how that works.
Except that it is. It says Pan Asian Grill in the title of the restaurant. If it said Dunkin' Donuts African coffee,
Sounds
then
like it's from Pan.
then your point would be valid, but it isn't.
And they really can't. I mean, there's a lot of anecdotal stuff, but they really can't historically pinpoint where coffee started. So you could really attribute it to a variety of cultures. I mean, it was only a matter of time, depending on if you could grow it around you, that somebody was going to discover coffee. Brew some bean juice. I mean, whether it was the Turks or in Ethiopia, like you said, or Yemen, All these places are like, we came up and we did a coffee. That's my Yemeni.
That's your Yemen.
That's my Yemeni accent. We came up and we did the coffee. Or the Dutch. One more thing to thank the Dutch for. Wi-Fi and VHS. Thanks. And kettle corn and kettle coffee and whatever. Mike, I hope you don't take it personally
That
that Mary she assumes you're incorrect.
I mean, assumptions aside, one of the best parts of our country is just whitewashing things. Like, I would love to go to Asia and see that restaurant and that food in Asia.
You can say that about anything. Does that make Olive Garden not Italian food?
It makes you family when you're there.
I don't think any Italian would consider Olive Garden Italian food.
I think that you're wrong because I'm
Somebody who has yet to cut the cord. And you still have a cable package. If you do, and you've paid attention to it, you might have noticed that a lot of them have bumped the Cartoon Network way down to like some lower tiers, where you might not even get them anymore. When we still had cable, there was a great cartoon channel called Boomerang.
Oh, yeah.
DirecTV had it when we used to have DirecTV, and it was like classic cartoons. Boomerang was like, old Bugs Bunny and Jabberjaw and all that kind of stuff. But because a lot of the kids aren't watching cable TV, Cartoon Network has moved Adult Swim to 6 o'clock in the evening if you like those Adult Swim shows. They're still adding new ones. I thought Adult Swim was like gone, other than Rick and Morty. I didn't think that it was a thing anymore. But, because the kids are watching YouTube, YouTube has become, I think, the 5th largest audience viewership thing of everything now. And so they're going to start what Adult Swim used to be like midnight or 11 o'clock or
It would
something
start like
that?
11.
Yeah.
And then I think they moved it up to 10.
I was going to say it was 10.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, because they moved it up to 10, but that was when they would start replay, like they do reruns of Family Guy or American Dad or
But
stuff
Adult
like
Swim
that.
wasn't for kids. Like, why would they move it up
It's
because
not
of kids?
for kids.
But you
Well,
can
that's what
still
I'm
market
saying.
to kids, though.
No, but Cartoon Network. But the hook with Adult Swim was, hey, the rest of the day might be Bugs Bunny, but then you grown-ups get some wild stuff at night. So why would they move it up because of kids?
Because I think there's always going to be like a little bit of crossover between the networks. Because I remember, only reason I know it moved up to 10 because the Disney Channel original movies would be done at 9:30, and I would like watch Lizzie McGuire, or maybe it was South Park. South Park also came on at 9:30, so I watched South Park for an episode, and then Adult Swim would start, and I would do the hamburger and French fry guy. What is that?
Aqua Teen
Aqua Teen
Hunger Force.
Yeah. So I would watch that, and then there was another inappropriate cartoon, but I especially like Aqua. I think it was Drawn Together, or maybe that was on Comedy Central.
That was on Comedy Central.
But a lot of adult cartoons went at that age.
Well, the kids are watching YouTube Kids instead of Cartoon Network, and the older kids are watching Paramount Plus or Disney Plus. So they're trying to figure out, Warner Brothers and Discovery and all these streamers that are merging now are trying to figure out what the hell to do. So that's what they're doing with Adult Swim. Put American Dad in there. All these cartoons that have been around for so long. I've never seen them. I've never watched American Dad.
I felt like it was
it's Seth MacFarlane. Like it's another Family Guy thing.
That's why I never really got into it.
I watched a few seasons, but yeah, I didn't really. It was more like one of those things where if I was in a hotel and that was on, I'd be like, all right, I'll watch this. But it was never. I had to tune in and watch it.
Appointment television?
Yeah. Not appointment television like the Righteous Gemstones are.
Oh, boy.
I'm so excited.
Starting up.
Was that June? It starts in June?
Yes, June 28th, I believe.
Yeah.
I gotta watch that.
Such a fun
Yes,
show.
you do.
And no, don't watch it because you're gonna hate it because you hate everything.
I don't hate everything.
She hates everything.
June
She's not gonna
18th,
like
sorry.
it.
You will like it.
She won't.
I
Why
don't
won't
hate
she?
everything.
She's
I watched
just-
Insidious last night and I didn't hate it.
Well, nobody hates Insidious. I mean, that's like a slam dunk.
It kept me up. I was afraid that red demon face monster was coming after me.
Was that the first time you had seen it?
Yeah, Brian and I both.
I think they're bringing back that original cast for the
They
new
are.
sequel. Yeah, they did a couple of them that didn't have Patrick Wilson and what's her name in it? Vera Farmiga in it.
Yeah. Yeah, I liked that. I mean, it wasn't like the best story I had ever seen, but we were watching it. We're like a half hour in, and Brian goes,
But for an original horror movie, it was real good.
Brian was like, because it was PG-13, so he's like, there's not gonna be any blood, no guts, no boobs. What are we watching this for?
Blood, guts, and boobs.
Right. And he felt that it was extremely boring. He didn't like it very much at all. And we're opposites. He likes gory, bloody, doesn't have to have any kind of a story as long as people are getting hacked up.
He wants Terrifier and things like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
He watched that crazy Terrifier movie. Anyway, but Insidious was great for like the suspense, thriller, jump scares. That movie last night left me, like I slept with the light on. That movie freaked me out.
You should watch Oculus.
Oculus and Sinister are the two that are next
Sinister's great too.
On that list. So, Bill, you don't know that I'm not going to like it.
I'm dialing in. She likes suspenseful horror films.
Right.
Right, but then when it comes to comedy...
She likes that suspenseful too. She wants to know if a laugh is coming.
We'll see. I mean, it's not the... I think you should watch it, but I'm not going to be surprised if you don't like it.
As someone who grew up evangelical, you'll probably enjoy it.
That's why everyone is, like, so many people have recommended Righteous Gemstones to me. As long as it's not that stupid comedy that Tim Robinson. Yeah, him. I hate
That's starting
him.
up again, too?
Oh, I'm very excited for that. Season 3.
You don't like I Think You Should Leave?
No, we've been over this.
I know, but
she didn't like I Think You Should Leave. She didn't like In and of Itself.
That's not a comedy.
The greatest comedy of all time.
Well, it wasn't that. No, it had some laughs in it.
Okay.
I Think You Should Leave season 3 starts Saturday on Netflix. For those of you who have really, really refined comedy tastes. You're not just shooting things with an elephant gun like Mary over here.
I thought it starts the 30th.
I believe it starts the 20th, but you could be right.
It's the 30th, I believe.
Hey,
now I'm gonna get all Mary. I'm gonna get a little Mary over here and be.
Now who's fighting for no reason?
I just want to put the right information.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to be disappointed when they go there on Saturday and go, what the hell's going on? Hey, Judy.
Hi. Hey, guys. Love the show.
Judy. Oh, thank you.
Including Mary. Love you, Mary.
Good for you.
Including Mary. Well, she is on the show, so yeah.
Hey, girls got to stick together. We got to support each other here.
Oh, good for you.
Hey, I just had a comment, and I know we've beaten the Asian thing to death, but I just wanted to add, and Mary's probably not going to like this, but I had 2 neighbors that never owned a house, lived next to me, and they were Asian, they were Chinese, first generation, like I said, and I said, Lee, you're going to have to teach me how to make General Cho's chicken, and she says in her accent, oh, Judy, General Cho is not Chinese, that's American Chinese. And on her counter is octopus and raw fish and you name it. And anything that I wouldn't eat or see in a Chinese restaurant or Asian was not on her counter.
Well, especially since it's not General Cho's. Maybe that's what threw her off. She's like, you sure make that General Cho's pretty good. She's like, yeah, it's not General Cho's. It's not ours. It's not. Well, it's like I think chop suey is technically an American dish. Like
burritos aren't Mexican either.
When Chinese immigrants came over, they would kind of make different versions of their food at home. So, Judy, you were never invited over there for dinner?
No, I was not invited, but she was well aware that octopus and raw fish all over the counter was not my thing. Nice people, God love them. I miss them. They don't live there, but like I said, and I kind of like when you say Asian, it is kind of a thing. So like I said, Mary might not like it. I support us women and all that, but I kind of.
Boy, she's throwing a lot of stuff into the pot here. What do you got against squid? What do you got against octopus? It's delicious.
It's weird.
And they'll probably cook that fish eventually.
I like salmon. I like shrimp. I like walleye and cod and you name the fish.
So you don't like calamari or anything like that. You don't like a mollusk.
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
No, sorry.
All right.
Not my thing, but I just thought I'd add that. Like I said, sorry, Mary, but that's
okay.
That's kind of
like she's offending you.
But I still love the show, and I still love you guys.
Judy, don't dig on cephalopods,
Mary.
right?
Oh,
okay,
good
thank you.
For you.
There's Judy in Stowe, who wants to make it known that she loves the show.
Including
especially
me.
Including Mary. No, not especially. She said including Mary. Well, she has to include you because you're gone so much.
Mm-hmm.
She might tune in and go, oh, No.
Not this summer, baby.
Where's the girl that I also like?
You guys are going to get so sick of me. I'm going to be around so much this summer. Can't you just
Listen,
go back on the road?
We had 4 days. I'm good.
I know. I'm not off this show again until June 8th. So
Bill's going to be.
no.
That's not that far off.
3 full weeks, babe.
Bill's going to be out there in the break booking gigs for you.
Yeah. Hey, Mary.
I'll just book my own. She can stay here, and I'll go out and do stuff.
I've got to take a break. If you want to send a text, 35192.